Hello, fifth grade low brass and basses. It's Mr. Pinkston, and today we are going to work on some Star Wars. We're going to go from the beginning to 45. Now, there's going to be a few things we're going to have to talk about before we can play the whole song. But first, we need to make sure that we warm up so that we're able to play the highest note so that it sounds like Star Wars once we get to the top. So we're going to use our name tag scale, okay, all the way from low B flat to high B flat. And for tuba, you're just going to sound one octave lower than I am. We're going to be playing the same notes. I'm just going to be a little bit higher than you. To start off, how do we know if we're playing the right notes? I would highly recommend you download my very favorite app. And the best part is it's free. And it's called Bandmate Chromatic Tuner. Bandmate is all you have to search, Bandmate. Download it, totally free. And it shows you right on the screen what note you're playing. I highly recommend that so that you always know that you're playing the correct notes. All right, so let's play our name tag scale in half notes. Ready? 1, 2, ready. If you had a hard time getting that highest note out, remember, firm corners, flat chin, flex stomach, and fast air. Okay, that's going to help us get those highest notes out. Make sure that your lips aren't puckered up inside your mouthpiece. Okay, we also don't want to suck them in like a grandma with no teeth. All right, just keep them nice and flat, firm corners. All right, so now let's look at Star Wars. You have the most little symbols above and below your notes than any other instrument. So you start out in your first measure, you have a dot under that note. That dot means staccato. That's our Italian word. Staccato means short or separated. I always think of it as 50% of the note. We don't want to make it too short. That's not very musical. So we want to make it 50%. So make it almost just worth an eighth note. You hear it has a little more body. It's a little nicer sounding. All right, we keep moving forward. Look at measure 12. You have the lines above each of those notes. That is our tenuto note. And tenuto comes from the Latin tenere, meaning to hold or stubborn. And so we're just going to hold these out for very full length instead of going normally ta, 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 ta. We're going to go do, 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 do. It's almost like a slur, but your tongue just barely interrupts. Just as smooth as you can make it while still just letting your tongue just pop those notes out just a little bit, okay? Then we keep going. In measure 27, you have a D flat. You can always find where the flats and sharps are in the very back of your book, all right? And I hope you've looked that up already because you're going, I don't remember how to play that. But if you did not look it up, and I'm just gonna say it for the sake of the video, it's 2 and 3 for valves, and it's 5th position for trombones, okay? And the last two things we have to talk about are, look at measure 33, 34, 37, all over the place. You have these tiny little things that we learned in the Mexican clapping song in your book, and those are the accents. So remember, that's a 10% burst of air. We're not gonna go crazy, but we're just gonna do a little 10% burst of air to bring attention to those notes, because that's called our accent. And that's like when you have a word that you really want to emphasize, you're just going to give it a little bit more, but you're not going to scream it because that'd be ridiculous. Okay. And then lastly, the long greater than, less than signs. And those, remember, are our crescendos and decrescendos. And so you do exactly what the picture looks like. If it starts small and gets louder, you're going to do that with your sound. If it starts big and gets smaller, you're going to do the same thing with your sound. Just depends on which way it's facing. All right, so now let's play beginning to 45 of Star Wars. 1, 2, ready.
And that's where we're going to stop today. Have fun practicing.